Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Ace Attorney Investigation 2. Lang is about to tell us about the stuff that happened 12 years ago, and why is this thing so important, because apparently this freaking game likes to talk about the past an awful lot, and learning from our mistakes, or not learning from them anyway. So let's continue. The police department in this country received a call from a group of kidnappers. "We've kidnapped President Huang," they said. Kidnapped. The SS-5 incident was the case of President Huang's kidnapping. They demanded a ransom $100 million. $100
million? Wait, just how much is that?
A lot. It's such a large sum, she's having trouble visualizing it. That night, my old man was the last person to meet with the president. They were together at the Zhangfa embassy until midnight on February 10th. After that, no one knows what the president was doing up until he was kidnapped. With the president's life at stake, the Zhangfa government frankly gathered the money. After that, the ransom was delivered and the president was returned safe and sound.
So, President Huang has been the president since 12 years ago. That's really amazing.
Well, being in office for so long is just a small part of how amazing the man is. Lang seems a bit happy when he said that. And what happened to the kidnappers? Well, a top-secret covert investigation was carried out. Then a secret trial was held. A trial? Does that mean a suspect was caught? The suspect was Patricia Rowland. Then the reason you came to the prison a few days ago. Yeah, I was put on extended leave from Interpol. So I decided to go back and reinvestigate what happened 12 years ago. First, I had to get a look at the face of my target.
So the trial 12 years ago ended with a not guilty verdict?
Yeah. Back then, my old man was in charge of every aspect of the presidency's security. He took responsibility for the kidnapping and was relieved of his post as bodyguard. But he continued to investigate as a regular police officer until he finally found the culprit. And it was none other than Patricia Rowland. There was no way she could be innocent. However, the result was a not guilty verdict. In the end, the case went unsolved. Crushed in both body and soul, my old man resigned from the police. God, no wonder Lang hates the courtroom. What was the basis for arresting Patricia Rowland? There was a lot of evidence. At least, that's what I think. But I can't see those documents for myself. So that's where my story ends.
What should we do? With only this much information? Even the little thief would have a hard time reproducing a recreation.
Producing a recreation, excuse me. Is there really nothing we can do? Hold it! Looks like you could use some help. Who's that? I don't know. Oh, these two. I don't know who's talking half the time. Francesca.
And Mr. Shields, too!
We finished up with the trial and finally managed to catch up with you guys. Here, take this. This is... it's the case files for the SS-5 incident, sir. Well, that's rather convenient. Thank you, Francesca. When Roland mentioned 12 years ago during the trial, it caught my interest. I looked into it immediately and I got in touch with Interpol. I expected no less from you, Francesca. Don't get the wrong idea, Miles Edgeworth. I didn't prepare these documents for you, the former prosecutor. I did it for the sake of the investigator taking up the case his father left behind. Sis. But I thought information on the SS-5 incident was restricted to the public. Did I just call her sis? That restriction was placed by the prosecutor in charge of the case, Blaze the Best. Blaze the Best was the prosecutor in charge. Him. However, as a result of the trial just now, Blaze's authority has been revoked. It's all thanks to his son. Sebastian. By bringing down his father, the door to this past case has been opened. Prosecutor DeBest is currently wrapping things up in Patricia Rowland's trial. He told me to relay this message to you. Leave Pops and his cohorts to me. You guys just take care of the case on your end. He's become quite reliable right before our very eyes. Aw, Sebastian!
Truly. Alrighty then. This is perfect. Now that we have the files, just leave the recreation to me.
Indeed. Well then, let us begin. According to these documents, it appears that the incident took place right in front of the Tower Plaza.
Then let's head to the plaza right away!
Let's just leave there. Oh, okay, everyone's coming. Jesus, so many people. This is a party. Okay, would you please activate the little Mr. Thief?
Right! With these case files, recreating everything should be a snap! Where should I start?
Well, actually, before we do that, I actually want to look at the case file. Kidnappers demanded ransom. Dailong Lang confirmed that on the evening of the incident, the president was at Zhangfa Embassy until midnight. That's a short summary. Alright. Where indeed, according to these documents, it seems there was a witness to the kidnapping of the president, a freelance journalist by the name of Jack Kamrani. However, he happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time and was murdered by the culprit. So that would mean the place he saw the president at was here.
Here? At the Grand Tower?
No, the Grand Tower was only built around a year ago, Kay. Before that, this place contained mostly old abandoned buildings. However, 12 years ago, this place was... Ha! Now you're finally talking about some stuff that I know. Yeah, 12 years ago, at this very spot was... the Happy Family Home. What's that, pal? It was a place where children who had lost their parents could live. Or to put it simply, it was an orphanage. So the president was kidnapped at the orphanage. And the head of that facility at the time was Patricia Rowland. Wait, why was he at an orphanage, though? Apparently, Rowland always referred to it as her home. Rowland worked at an orphan? Okay, that explains a few things. It seems that suspicion would naturally fall upon her. Patricia Rowland, Blaze the Best, and President Huang. The darkness that remains from the SS5 incident still casts a shadow on the present case. Okay, I'd like you to input the investigation data from Jack Cameron's murder case. We can probably assume that he was killed by one of the kidnappers.
So if we solve the murder case, we'll know who the kidnappers were, right?
Precisely. I'm counting on you. Alright, little thief, let's do it. Damn, I hope we don't walk into walls, man, cause like, seriously. What the heck is this? Everything's green! I've come to expect such reactions. This is a recreation of the grounds of the facility that stood here 12 years ago. Based on the documents from the police investigation.
I recreated the scene to show what it looked like when police arrived at 7 a.m. that next day.
It appears a fair amount of snow had piled up here. Yeah, I heard that the footprints in the snow were prime pieces of evidence. Snow fell during the day, on the day of the incident. So the snow only fell before the crime took place. Which means the footprints wouldn't have been erased by any further snow. I must make sure to pay close attention to these footprints. Alright. Let's look at these footprints then. Oh, actually, let's talk.
Yeah, what's up? So there was an orphanage here 12 years ago. And what's more, the head of the orphanage was Miss Rowland. Talk about a surprise.
So that means this was where the SS5 incident occurred 12 years ago.
The one where the president of Zhangfa was kidnapped, right?
Yes, and the only witness, Jack Kamrani, was then subsequently murdered. However, when you consider that this case was classified as top secret,
it starts to smell fishy, like there's something hidden behind this case. Even so, the people involved in this incident, aren't they all people that we already know?
Patricia Rowland, Blaze the Best, and the president of Zhangfa. The cases that we've been involved in recently, and the SS5 incident. It's hard to think they're not related.
Let's steal the truth hidden behind this case. I'll keep updating the info if we find anything new, so let's focus on the areas that have changed in the recreation.
To think that your little Mr. Thief would help us out once again.
It's just Little Thief, and no matter how useful Little Thief is, if there's an error with the info, the recreation could come out a bit strange. If you find anything strange, please present some evidence.
So I can examine things like I normally do, even if it's just a recreation.
Yep, please go all out and investigate every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. I don't have enough data to do it now, but once you gather enough info, I can recreate the scene at a different moment in time.
Alright, I'll ask your help when the time comes. Alright, let us look at these footprints. These footprints stop near the body.
They must be Mr. Cameron's footprints. He sure has some big feet. They look like size 11. According to the data, his shoes match these footprints.
Good to know. What about these footprints? The footprints here seem to lead to and from the body.
These footprints were believed to be the culprits. The shoe size is about a size 7. That's fairly average. It seems we won't be able to tell who the culprit is from these footprints.
Okay. That's unfortunate. Now let's examine the poor body here. Ugh. So this is the eyewitness of the president's kidnapping. Jack Kamrani. What exactly did he witness?
I've recreated the state of his body based on the photos taken by the police.
It appears he was struck in the head from behind with a brick?
The murder weapon was a brick, right? It looks like the ones from this garden.
The blood that flowed from his head has splattered all over the surroundings.
Here, take this. It's Mr. Cameron's autopsy report.
Oh boy, I needed one of those. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Before we do that, let's look at the autopsy. He died around 1 in the morning, instantly after being hit by a brick. He left a message on his cell phone. Alright then. Alright. Get out of the menu! This yellow flower seems kind of familiar.
A yellow flower has fallen here. In the language of flowers, it means a stolen treasure.
Okay, please stop making things up. Still, this flower seems to be a different variety from the ones growing nearby.
Huh. Well then, why is it in a place like this?
This bothers me a little. We should examine the flower bed itself after this.
I knew it! Someone must have stolen this from somewhere and brought it here.
Okay.
And in the language of flowers, this means an angry prosecutor.
Check out the phone. I assume this is the victim's cell phone.
That's right. Apparently Mr. Cameron gave his eyewitness testimony over the cell phone.
What do you mean by over the cell phone? After Cameron found the president, it seems that he called his girlfriend. But she didn't answer the phone, so Cameron left a message on her answering machine.
The tape is in the case files too. You want to hear it?
Please. Hello, Jill? Are you asleep already? I'm in front of the facility now, but something's not right. President Huang is here of all places, and what's more, crap, the light just went off. I can barely see a thing now. I can't believe it, but it almost looks like he's being kidnapped. I thought I'd let you know. Ooh. You get hit by the brick there. What was that sound at the end? It seems he was attacked while he was still on the phone.
Agent Lang, may I ask, what was the name of Mr. Cameron's beloved?
I'm pretty sure I heard her name was Jill Crane. Oh, holy shit. So this is the case? Oh my god. I know I've seen through this, but it's been so long that I forgot they were all connected. So, it was true.
Did you say Jill?
This was why she was seeking revenge for 12 years.
The feelings and the items Miss Crane inherited from her beloved brought her to the auction. She had come to exact revenge on the conductor, Blaze.
So it's Roland and Blaze?
But Miss Crane tried to get revenge on Blaze, right?
She may have wanted to get revenge on him for covering up the kidnapping case. Or perhaps she thought Blaze himself was the kidnapper. Holy shit. Oh, right then! Jesus. Jack Cameron was a freelance journalist. He was killed because he witnessed the president's kidnapping.
The blood really stands out in the recreation. It's giving me the heebie-jeebies.
Even in the original photo, it looks brutal enough. A lot of blood was spilled. The back of his head is covered in blood. That must be where all the blood spilled from.
According to the autopsy report, he was struck in the back of the head with a brick.
Indeed, it's likely that the killer approached Mr. Cameron from behind. Huh? Is the victim holding something in his right hand?
That's also written in the case files. It seems he was holding onto a button.
A button? Did he tear it off the culprit's clothes? Thank you for the button. Oh, that's the down. Let's check out the camera. Was there anything in the camera? The victim was carrying a camera.
Oh! According to the case files, it seems he only managed to take a single photo. Here it is.
This is... Gregory, no! Don't murder the president!
Is that the president?
He's being held at gunpoint. This must be the scene the victim witnessed.
So, the person in the coat must be the kidnapper.
That poor snowman seems to have been slapped in the face. Indeed, it seems like some sort of disguise. If the logic of Ancient Lang's father is correct, then this person should be Patricia Rowland. She should be a little bit more plump. No, she's not that plump, excuse me. But
why is there only one photo?
Perhaps he was killed before he could take any more. I mean, that's the most logical case and reason. Alright, let's check out the brick. This is the brick that was used as the murder weapon. Ah, logic, thank you.
You can't find bricks like this all over the garden. They must have used one of them as a weapon.
Alright, well, let's check out this thing. A flower bed over here. A flower bed.
According to the data, this facility had 3 gardens. And each of these gardens contained 3 flower beds.
You notice the interesting patterns of these flower beds? The way these flower beds are lined up. Have I seen this arrangement somewhere before? Remember the footprints?
Since it was during the winter, there was no flowers in bloom. What a shame.
What's this yellow flower?
Huh? Why is there a single flower here?
That is a lion lily. It's very rare type of lily. Of course it's a lion lily. Did you say lion lily?
That's the flower Miss Courtney gave to the president.
What's it doing here? Could it be just a coincidence? If I recall, the lion lily originates from Asia. In the language of the flowers, it means the bond between parent and child. Did the president have a child at the orphanage? I never knew you were so familiar with flowers. That much is common sense. You're simply lacking in your studies, Miles Edgeworth. Rude. Alright, what logic do we have right now? Aha! Yay, let's do that. The three footprints and the flower beds. I didn't know I had that still. Perhaps this is the true nature of the monster's footprints.
True nature?
Compare the position of the three footprints and the three flower beds on the left. The exposed areas of dirt matches the areas where the flower beds were.
So Blaze dug holes in front of where each of the three flower beds used to be.
Now that's why they look like footprints. Exactly. Now why would he do such a thing? I believe we have a piece of evidence that tells us why. Why did Blaze dig holes in the ground near the flower beds? Does it have something to do with the report that Knightley gave? Take that! The report from Patricia Rowland to Blaze the Best. It said that something was laid to rest in front of the flower bed.
So Blaze was following Miss Rowland's instructions to dig it up? But why would he dig up 3 holes?
The report didn't state which of the 3 flower beds the item was in front of.
Oh, so Blaze didn't know exactly where to dig. That's why he had to dig up all 3 spots.
Most likely, yes. I'm sure Blaze himself was none too happy about that.
He went through all that trouble. I wonder what he was trying to dig up.
That's what I would like to know. Alright, well, before we continue on, let's talk to everyone else.
Please, ask me anything you wish.
Can I present this badge?
The young lady there seems to have made a full recovery. Yep! When you returned my father's notebook, I was able to return to my old self. Thank you so very much.
Think nothing of it. I did not do anything. The return of your notebook and the return of your memories.
They were all simply the works of the goddess of law.
I don't think either of those things had any relevance to the law. Yeah.
You have my heartfelt thanks for bringing John back. Oh, even the thought of him not coming back makes me...
Hey, old man, don't bully my mom! No, that wasn't my intention.
Ooh, look at him go! Mommy's little knight in shining armor! He's so cool!
It's not like that! Quit blabbering stupid stuff about me!
John, please wait. May I proceed, Mr. Edgeworth? My actions were unbecoming of one who calls herself a servant of the goddess of law. I won't ask for forgiveness. However,
Judge Courtney, I am not as well acquainted with the goddess of law as you are. However, isn't that goddess also a mother of other gods? The law makes exceptions for extenuating circumstances. It understands a mother's heart. I'd say perhaps your goddess sympathizes with you more than you think.
Mr. Edgeworth.
I don't get it. What the heck are you two blabbering about?
It's okay, John. I don't have a clue either.
It seems the dust has settled on day 1 of Patricia Rowland's trial.
Yes. While a decision has yet to be reached, I would say a guilty verdict is quite likely. I'm sure a thorough investigation into her connection with Blaze will be conducted as well. After seeing Sebastian today, I know we can put our faith in him.
Just like Kay, Sebastian is also in the midst of training for the future ahead.
Huh, I see. When you say it like that, I guess we have more in common than I thought. I said a few mean things to him, so the next time we meet, I'd like to apologize to him. I'm sure you will get your opportunity, but for now...
Yes, at present, solving this case is our top priority. Alright then. Let's talk to Jake. What do you want? I don't know. I want to present my badge. What's that supposed to be? Giving me that isn't going to land you a role in the film. I wasn't showing it to you so that I could be in the movie.
Huh. So then, what do we have to do to appear in the movie?
Okay, let's just leave it at that, shall we? I feel like I did that already. I can't remember who I present anymore. John, I'd like you to tell me the exact details of your kidnapping.
You were kidnapped at the garbage pickup area, right? Why'd you go there?
You don't have to act as a go-between. I could just talk to the old man directly.
So he says. Looks like he's finally starting to warm up to you.
I went to the garbage pickup to throw away the flowers I found on the body. It was nearby, and I thought it'd be harder to find there than if I just tossed them in the trash can. I went there last night too, but the gate was locked. And that's why you went there again today to dispose of them. Yeah, but when I got there, someone suddenly grabbed me from behind.
And used Sleepy Z on you, right? Catching Z's is now super easy with Sleepy Z's.
Even though she was also a victim to it, she seems to have taken a liking to the slogan. Whoever grabbed me was really strong, but that's all I know. I have no idea who it was. I see, so that's what happened. After the drugs wore off, did you notice anything about your surroundings?
Those drugs were brought to you by Sleepy Z's. Catching Z's is now super easy with Sleepy Z's.
It was kind of cold when I woke up. I was in a dark, empty room. Boxes with foreign writing on them were lying around, so I figured I was in a warehouse.
The whole place was like a giant refrigerator. It was a commercial warehouse.
That's right, John was rescued thanks to the collective efforts of Kay and Detective Gumshoe. Since it was still a bit cold, the cooling unit's power must not have been cut for too long. For some reason, they didn't think to take my phone, so I used it to call for help. I see. In any case, it's good that you're safe and sound, John. I don't need your fake sympathy, old man. What an incorrigible child.
He's just like a certain someone I know.
Wow, John, just, be nice. Alright, let's talk to our dear reporters here. Good lord.
What a scoop! Would you look at that? Those folks have done turned green. Maybe they're sick of something. But their clothes are green too. Well, I'll be. Their clothes are green too. I reckon this ain't no ordinary disease. You picked up on something good. Looks like you're taking it to the next level. Yes, Chief. It looks like there's no way we'll be getting a word in.
Not that I have any desire to intervene. Oh my god, those two. Hello, guys. I don't think you're gonna give me too much either. Scruffy, don't you dare say a word. I'm warning you. Mr. Edgeworth, please help me, sir. What is it, Detective Gumshoe? It's about the story behind this SS5 incident, sir. Even though Blaze may have lost his authority, there's no way you can get confidential documents this quickly. That got me curious, so I made a few calls and asked around. And I found out that Miss Von Karma used all sorts of forceful tactics to... Scruffy! I thought I warned you! Hey! You've done a lot for us, Francesca. I promise I will bring this to an end with my own hands. Oh man, Francesca, I don't even want to know what you did. This scene sure puts a chill in your bones. Uncle Ray needs a hot babe to keep him warm. Ray, please. Could you please try to be a little bit more serious? Oh, that's what Kay wants. I guess I have no choice. Miles, this is where it all began. Isn't that right? Yes, I fear that is the case. What was Patricia and Blaze's true goal? There are still too many mysteries yet to be solved. Indeed, it is just as you say. Particularly the mystery of what will happen to Kay Ray's love. Isn't it suspenseful?
Not even a little. You just couldn't resist, could you, Mr. Shields? Why can't you ever stay serious for more than a minute?
I think he's generally incapable of staying serious for that long. Bad. Hello, Lang. Oh, Lang. 3 flower beds and snow. Ancient Lang, what's the matter? Something strange. I wasn't able to read the SS5 incident case files until now, since Blaze had all access to that information restricted. Yeah, that's right. And yet, I feel like I've seen this exact scene somewhere before. What do you mean? Where did I see this? I could just remember. He looks deep in thought. I should leave him alone for a while. Can I still ask him stuff? After the SS5 incident, the president completely changed. Well, he must have felt like his trust had been betrayed. I guess it's only natural. He cut off all ties with the Lang clan, putting an end to our deep bond of trust. My old man wanted to at least apologize in some way. So he tried to go see the president more times than I can count. Of course, the president refused to meet with him. He wouldn't even give him the time of day. I don't know if it was from the bodyguards, but there were times he come back all beaten up. But me standing around talking about the past doesn't do jack, does it? I shall be the judge of that. For now, just keep telling us what you know. You're still as tactless as ever. Well, I figured you'd say as much. Yeah, of course, because he's Mal friggin' Edgeworth. And now I think we're gonna have to stop here because we are now at the half-hour mark. So, we shall continue asking Lang about stuff in the next video. I'll see you guys then.